Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Hussain Baksh Kolachi YouTube channel is with you, and today we shall also discuss the public health urgent issues and way forward the backdrop of West Asia war. And without time wasting, let us move to the slide where what are the important acute consequences, direct combat injuries, mental health crisis, infectious disease outbreaks, and health system breakdown. Destruction of medical infrastructure, shortage of essential medicine, and loss of healthcare personnel. And the chronic health trajectory, the West Asia conflict creates a cascading long-term health burden that extends far beyond immediate combat casualties, affecting vulnerable population across multiple geographic regions and required sustained international public health intervention. So this is the trajectory on which not only the immediate combat fields or the warring countries, but the neighboring countries will also be affected. So here, regional health impact, Pakistan and transboundary effects. Pakistan specific health impacts will be refugees health burden because we are the neighboring country. So the injured and refugees can come. Uh, Air quality deterioration as respiratory diseases will increase, and 60 to 80 million nationals in next 2 to 2 years will be affected. I think that is the major and the bottom line of this. Why we are discussing public health? Because in the war, political, geopolitical, as well as the conflict situation is discussed, but public health is least discussed, rather not discussed. Water scarcity crisis, waterborne illnesses, arsenic exposure, rural agriculture, communities will be affected, and this will be a chronic problem. And then food system disruption, malnutrition, stunting in children, low income households, and this will affect 3 to 15 years um, age group, but it will continue. And Arabian Sea environment conflict induced environmental degradation in the Arabian Sea region creates compounded health risks through marine ecosystem collapse affecting fisheries, depending population, and coastal communities reliant on ocean resources. So that is the Arabian Sea position. And then again continuing that Arabian Sea environmental health nexus or how it is connected marine ecosystem destruction pathway, fishery will collapse, toxic bioaccumulation, heavy metals, and conflict related pollutants, particularly cesium 137, is blamed to be a very radioactive and it may affect the generations and it can be its half-life or its safety level will take place at least 10 to 30 years and sometimes it is a century. Coastal contamination, oil spills, ammunition residue affecting subsistence livelihood. Then coming to the atmospheric and climate acceleration mechanism, war-induced warming pathways. So there are 4, 5 pathways in which the uh, global warming or the atmospheric warming will affect the Pakistan as well as the subcontinent also, and even Asia and West Asia is already the war ground. Black carbon emission 1 to 5 years, aerosol particle release, infrastructure destruction, and ozone layer perturbation or disturbance, and methane release, petroleum and infrastructure already burning for decades, 5 to 50 years, and the aerosol particle release will affect immediately 20 years, and then the black carbon will also take 1 to 5 years to be cleared. So climate health interaction effects, heat stroke amplification, altered precipitation pattern, and destabilize agriculture production create compounded mortality risks, particularly affecting heat uh, vulnerable population, including children, elderly, and outdoor workers across South Asia and Middle East region. You can see that the climate and health interference vulnerable population, children, and the picture you can see the children, the elderly population, and outdoor workers are already discussed. Chronic disease burden and long-term epidemiological consequences, post-conflict chronic disease exposure, disease emergencies, respiratory diseases, persistent lung damage, malignancy clusters, cardiovascular morbidity, and reproductive health impact, congenital anomalies, reduced fertility rate, and pregnancy complications. Then intergenerational health transmission. Epigenic alteration means genetic alteration, children of displaced mother, nutritional defects, stunting, and cognitive impairment means learning disabilities or reduction, uh, psychological trauma and legacy means memory, and environmental toxin accumulation. I have already told that the cesium is blamed to be at least its half-life is 10 to 30 years, and its effect can completely be from one generation to other generation, and it is from 1 century to 300 years. Public health response framework and research recommendations, policy and interventional priorities, comprehensive surveillance system of emerging infectious diseases pattern, regional environmental health monitoring networks, and mental health infrastructure development across Pakistan and Arabian Sea coastal zones requires coordinated and international public health governance and sustained funding. Then policy and interventional priorities, research gaps and institutional capacity building, epidemiological surveillance, tracking in conflict-affected region, environmental monitoring, develop transboundary air and water quality assessment, mental health registries, create longitudinal psychological trauma cohort studies. Then my credential, I am fellow of College of Pakistan physician surgeon, one of the prestigious institution and center of excellence, as well as MBBS from Hyderabad. And my interest is also in health system research and environmental health. So please like, share, and my YouTube link is Bolachi, Dr. Hussain Baksh Bolachi, 6343. It is written also, and my email is also there. Please like it, share it, and in the comments, leave and drop where from you are listening. And if something is added in your knowledge or we have captured your attention towards the health side of the conflict, which is one of the very important conflict of this 21st century. We don't know how long it will be there. So with this, I am ending my video, and this is useful for the general public as well as the people who are interested in West Asia war, public health, and research. This can be also helpful for the other fields, current affairs, as well as the MPH, MPhil, PhD, and you can develop many hypotheses or research questions from this. Once again, I am thankful that you are uh, listening as well as subscribing and sending your comments to Dr. Hussain Buskolachi. As a medical teacher and a professor of multiple universities, ISRA as well as Liaquat University, Dow Medical College, and fellow of College of Physicians, I think this information is more authenticated. However, this was generated with the help of the AI, so you can understand that how AI is changing not only the battlefields but public health understanding and dissemination pattern. Thank you very much. Wherever you are, be happy and please be connected, subscribe, like, and please press the button so that you can get update and knowledge. Thank you, Dr. Hussain Buskolachi from Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan.